What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I have a little bit of news on Amber Portwood. The new season of Teen Mom is back in full swing, and we got to see that first episode. And that episode, as far as Amber is concerned, it actually is highlighting what was going on back months ago when she went on that tangent on IG towards Gary and Christina. So if you guys are not watching Teen Mom, check it out. This very first episode, it was interesting. I'm not going to lie. I kind of fell off with Teen Mom. I kind of got to where I wasn't really watching it that much. It wasn't interesting that much. But the new season came back on this past week. And the very first episode of the new season actually was right during the time that Amber went off on IG about Gary and Christina. So we see her talking about it. We see the producers asking her about it, like, why did you do that? And then we see Gary and Christina, how they're responding to it. We see Christina the day that it happened. She comes home from school and she's been messaged repeatedly, you know, about what's going on, about the fact that Amber did a late night IG live where she really ripped her to shreds. So we get to see Gary and Christina talk about that and how they want to handle it and what their thoughts are on that. Another thing in the season, this first episode, is we do hear a little bit about James. It is Easter time and she is preparing a Easter basket for James, and she's going to get him and go to her mom's house for Easter. So we know that Amber was arrested for domestic violence. She avoided jail time, but she's on probation. Now, according from what my understanding is, her probation, she has to go ever so often, and she has to do these compliance hearings. And basically what that is, a compliance hearing is a court. You just go to court, and they just determine whether you have complied with the court orders. So I guess because she's on probation, and I could be wrong, but from my understanding, Amber has to do these compliance hearings ever so often. And it's due to this arrest and the fact that she's on probation, right? So recently, though, a judge ruled that she no longer will have to go to these compliance hearings. So they actually wrote up an article on it. Amber Portwood no longer requires compliance hearings for her domestic violence case. An Indiana judge has ruled that it's no longer necessary for Amber to undergo compliance hearings in her court case stemming from her July 2019 arrest for DV against her baby daddy, Andrew Glennon. That was the machete incident, whether or not you want to believe she chased him with a machete, or whether or not you don't want to believe that she chased him with a machete and she just attacked him in general, whatever the case may be. She was arrested, she was charged, and like I said, she's on probation, and during this time, every so often, she has these hearings, right? According to court documents, Amber had a compliance hearing on Thursday and was found to be in compliance with all of the terms of her probation. The judge declared that no future court dates are needed, so no future compliance hearings will be needed. Amber was found to be in compliance at the previous compliance hearing, which was held on March 4th. So the last two, she's been found in compliance, so they've just decided to kind of end it. Now, while Amber no longer needs to attend compliance hearings, she is still on probation until April 2022. She was sentenced to 906 days of probation in October 2019. As part of her probation, Amber also has to submit to drug testing, and she has to do a drug test once a month. She is also not allowed to have contact with Andrew except when it pertains to their son, James. So we recently heard about this text, you know, that she sent a canker sore on baby James's lip. That's okay, obviously. I think they text through like a text app that is monitored, from my understanding. So things like that, she is allowed, but any other contact with Andrew, not allowed at all. Amber recently filed to have Andrew held in contempt of court after he made that social media post alleging that someone hit their baby boy, and it was, she felt that he implied that he was talking about her. Because what had happened was she had James at her house. She noticed a canker sore, so she took a picture of it, sent the picture to James, to Andrew, and then right after that, Andrew made this post on Instagram, his Instagram story, saying, "You hit your baby boy? Really?" So Amber felt that he implied that it was her. He did not, when people was asking, when tons of people were asking, did Amber hit James? He did not set the record straight. He never come out to say, not talking about Amber, so he allowed people to believe that he was talking about her. So she filed this motion to have him held in contempt of court over that situation. I'm not sure what's going to become of that. I think they have a court date September 22nd, I do believe. And I'll be keeping up with that. So when that court date comes, I will be checking around to see what happens. I'm curious to see if the judge will hold Andrew in contempt of court for a few reasons. Now, one reason is he did recently post a photo of James on his Instagram account. And they're not supposed to do that. Mind you, it was an older photo. It was a photo that probably had been posted in the past, maybe. It was when baby James was like a little bit over a year old, I do believe. But their custody agreement is that no one will post pictures of him online, and he's not to appear on Teen Mom. However, the first episode of this new season actually showed like old footage of baby James as well, which had me wondering, like, if Teen Mom is allowed to, or if MTV is allowed to show older footage of James, then would Andrew be okay to post older photos of James? Either way, at the end of the day, Amber could always say, that's production, that's MTV, I did not do that, and that's 100% correct. Amber has no control, like, as far as what they put on the show. And Andrew did make that post. So at the end of the day, it could be said, while MTV knows they're not supposed to do it, it was them that did that and not Amber. And it was Andrew that made the post with the picture. So I'm curious to see how the judge is going to handle it. Is the judge going to hold him in contempt of court? Is the judge going to see what I feel like a lot of people noticed with that post that he made? You hit your baby boy, really? Is the judge going to also acknowledge that it was kind of led to be believed that it was Amber, because he never spoke up to say that it wasn't? So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on that when that court date comes and rolls around. I will be putting out a video about that as to what happens, right? Now, Amber is on probation until April 2022. Should she complete her probation with no violations, her charge of domestic battery will be dismissed, and her felony charges of intimidation will be reduced to a misdemeanor charge. So yeah, things are looking up for Amber right now as well. She doesn't have to go to any more compliance hearings. She has less than a year left of her probation, and once she gets finished with her probation, the intimidation will be reduced to misdemeanor, and the domestic battery will be dismissed. So things will be hopefully a lot better for her. Hopefully she's getting the help that she needs. Hopefully Amber's on a better path than what we even see her on the show. Getting on IG, acting a fool like that, isn't going to serve isn't going to do anything. It isn't going to make anything better. Hopefully she recognizes that. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and give you guys an update on that. Amber is moving along in her probation, and things are getting taken care of. They are deciding no more compliance hearing as she trucks on along. You guys leave me your thoughts. Do you guys think that Amber will be able to complete her probation with no incident, and she'll be able to get off come April 2022? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.